been a hard day for you. I'm sorry. Is there anything I could do to help? You want me to read you some of my quotes? Okay. They're actually not in this book. They're in this little one instead, so maybe I can find some that'll cheer you up. Of course, I am so happy to help. Okay, let's get started then. I'm just going to pick a selection of some of my favorite ones that I think will really uplift your mood and improve your day and hopefully make you feel as sunny and bright as the day behind me is. So let's see. Oh, this is a good one. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. That one is by Jane Goodall. If you don't know, she works with animals. She's known for working with chimpanzees, I believe, or primates in general. So I think that's a really, really excellent quote. Okay, the next one. Don't be mean when you've had a bad day. Be nice and your day will get better. I personally love this one so much because if I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to spread my bad mood. I don't want people to feel how I feel. I'd rather make them feel better than I feel, and then, you know, my day will look up too. Unfortunately, I don't know who that quote is by, but if you do, let me know. Okay. Apologize to your body. Maybe that's where healing begins. That one is by Naira Waheed. She's an author. Today I forgive myself. Not just once, again and again and again, as many times as it takes to find peace. This is by an unknown author. I want to show you the page for this one. My handwriting, it does not look that great, but I just like the way I kind of decorated that page. So I'll read this one to you now. Put your thoughts to sleep. Do not let them cast a shadow over the moon of your heart. Let go of thinking. And this is by the great Persian poet Rumi. The next one is, curious that we spend more time congratulating people who have succeeded than encouraging people who have not. And that is by Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is known, you know, to be in the world of science and space astronomy, if you will. Let's see, let me find another good one. Okay. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. This one is also by Rumi. I actually love this next one. This was something that an online friend of mine posted a long time ago, and I'm not in touch with her anymore. I hope she's okay, but I really loved this quote so much. You deserve to be loved, even when you don't love yourself. You don't deserve to live with the guilt of someone else's actions. You deserve to be loved even when you don't love yourself. I think that's a beautiful sentiment. I have inside me the winds, the deserts, the oceans, the stars, and everything created in the universe. We were all made by the same hand, and we all have the same soul. This is by Paulo Coelho. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. He's a very famous author. I believe he's Brazilian. Apologies if he's not. And it's from the book The Alchemist. The next one is, the softest hearts always have the toughest shields. Claire Cross, and that's from Double Trouble. The moon is always jealous of the heat of the day, just as the sun always longs for something dark and deep. That's by Alice Hoffman. Oh, this is a good one because it kind of relates to writers themselves, which is what this journal is, full of quotes by writers. Writers don't write from experience, although many are hesitant to admit that they don't. If you wrote from experience, you'd get maybe one book, maybe 3 poems. Writers write from empathy. This is by Nikki Giovanni. The next quote is a Lebanese proverb, and I really like this one. Lower your voice and strengthen your argument. Lower your voice and strengthen your argument, meaning you don't have to become angry. You don't have to yell and raise your voice to get your point across. If your point is clear, the words should hopefully speak for themselves. This next one is by Rupi Kaur. I am water, soft enough to offer life, tough enough to drown it away. That's a powerful one. Let's see. Oh, of course, this one is excellent. Okay. Every day I discover more and more beautiful things. It is enough to drive one mad. I have such a desire to do everything. My head is bursting with it. This is by the artist Claude Monet. I believe he painted like impressionist paintings, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, this is such a good one too. The only person I want to be better than is the person I was yesterday. And that one is by William Chapman. I think that's really powerful too. I cannot remember the books I've read any more than the meals I've eaten. Even so, they have made me. That's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. This is a bit of a long one. It's by Albert Camus from his notebooks in 1951 to 1959. But it's a good one. Find meaning. Distinguish melancholy from sadness. Go out for a walk. It doesn't have to be a romantic walk in the park. Spring at its most spectacular moment. Flowers and smells out. Standing poetical imagery smoothly transferring you into another world. It doesn't have to be a walk during which you'll have multiple life epiphanies and discover meanings no brain ever managed to encounter. Do not be afraid of spending quality time by yourself. Find meaning or don't. Find meaning, but steal some time and give it freely and exclusively to your own self. Opt for privacy and solitude. That doesn't make you antisocial or cause you to reject the world. But you need to breathe, and you need to be. Some of these quotes now are going to be on love. Between what is said and not meant, and what is meant and not said, most of love is lost. Khalil Gibran. I love the rain. I love how it softens the outlines of things. The world becomes softly blurred, and I feel like I melt right into it. I believe that's by Hanamoto Hagumi. The next quote is, Maybe the moon is beautiful only because it is far. That one is by Mahmoud Darwish. The flower doesn't dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bee comes. This quote is by Mark Nepo from the Book of Awakening. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Arthur Ashe. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. This is a quote by the great Stephen Hawking. Such a brilliant mind. Oh, this is another amazing quote. This one is also by Khalil Gibran. In the sweetness of friendship, let there be laughter and sharing of pleasures. For in the dew of little things, the heart finds its morning and is refreshed. That's a really beautiful one. This next one is by Elie Wiesel from Dawn. Night is purer than day. It is better for thinking and loving and dreaming. At night, everything is more intense, more true. The echo of words that have been spoken during the day takes on a new and deeper meaning. This next one is by Richard Bach. The opposite of loneliness is not togetherness, it is intimacy. I really like this one because I think it implies that just because you are together with people, it doesn't necessarily mean it will drive your loneliness away. Rather, you need some sort of positive, intimate connection, such as with friends and other loved ones, you know? I think that's a beautiful one too. When thinking about life, remember this: no amount of guilt can solve the past, and no amount of anxiety can change the future. That's by Umar ibn al-Khattab. This next one is unknown. Again, if anyone knows who it's by, please let me know. Confidence isn't walking into a room and thinking you're better than everyone. It's walking in and not having to compare yourself to anyone at all. I love that one. That is so true. That is very, very true. This next one is also unknown as well. Beware of destination addiction, a preoccupation with the idea that happiness is in the next place, the next job, or with the next partner. Until you give up the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where you are. I think that's a powerful one too. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. That's another one by the Persian poet Rumi. I really love his writing, his work. Counting people's sins does not make you a saint. I like this one because, you know, if you point out other people's wrongdoings over and over, you're just finding flaws in others. It's better to focus on yourself and, you know, improving yourself. Okay, let's see. This is how my sorrow became visible. Its dust piling up for years in my heart finally reached my eyes. Faiz Ahmed Faiz. I know that one is a little bit melancholy, but I do think it's important that we address the pain that we've been through if we want to heal and move on to better things. You know, we can't just deny or belittle or minimize our pain. It's good to recognize it, and it's okay to admit that you've been hurt or that you feel hurt. There's nothing wrong with that. This next quote is by the great Martin Luther King Jr. Never, never be afraid to do what's right, especially if the well-being of a person or an animal is at stake. Society's punishments are small compared to the wounds we inflict on our soul when we look the other way. This next one is by William Shakespeare, an English author who's known for a number of plays that he wrote, namely Romeo and Juliet. The earth has music for those who listen. I really love that because I feel like today is one of those days where you can feel the sunlight, you can hear some, birds chirping, the leaves gently rustling in the wind. The earth really does have music for those who listen. If you just take a moment and stop and slow down and just appreciate the beauty of Mother Nature. This next one is by Rumi again. In case it's not clear, I really do love Rumi's writings. Don't let your throat tighten with fear. Take sips of breath all day and all night before death closes your mouth. This next one is by Rumi as well. What you seek is seeking you. What you seek is seeking you. That is so concise and so powerful. Wherever you put your energy, whatever you seek, that's what will find you. He who does not understand your silence will probably not understand your words. Elbert Hubbard. That's a powerful one. He who does not understand your silence will probably not understand your words. I've been there. I really have. I can be very talkative and very silent. Some people understand the silence, other people do not, and they just, people assume what they will or what have you. You have to act as if it were possible to radically transform the world, and you have to do it all the time. This is by the wonderful Angela Davis, and I believe this is from a lecture she delivered at Southern Illinois University. My heart wants roots. My mind wants wings. I cannot bear their bickerings. That's by E.Y. Harburg, I want to say. This next one is by Rumi again. I really love this quote. Lovely days don't come to you. You should walk to them. Lovely days don't come to you. You should walk to them. I think that means that sometimes maybe we just want goodness to come to us, but perhaps we have to go out into the world and seek it out, Like if you're having a bad day and you go for a walk, that could change your day. Or you listen to some music, dance around, do something you love, cook, bake, spend time with your pet, take a nap, read a book. Like even on bad days or days of uncertainty, there are ways to find something lovely, something good in the day, even if you have to strive a little bit to find that for yourself. The only difference between a saint and a sinner is that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. That is by the author Oscar Wilde. I think that's a good one as well. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply. That is by Stephen Covey. Sorry if I mispronounce that. This next one is by Ernest Hemingway. I like to listen. I have learned a lot from listening carefully. Most people never listen. This next one is by Rumi again. Surprise, surprise. I dance to a silent tune. I am the symphony of stars. This next one is by Rupi Kaur from Milk and Honey. If the hurt comes, so will the happiness. Be patient. This next one is by Sophia Dembling, and it's from the book The Introvert's Way. One of the risks of being quiet is that other people can fill your silence with their own interpretation. You're bored, you're depressed, you're shy, you're stuck up, you're judgmental. When others can't read us, they write their own story, not always one we choose or one that's true. These next few are by Rumi again, so let's just get into it. I love this first one. If all you can do is crawl, start crawling. It's your road and yours alone. Others can walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. That's another one by Rumi. Wherever you are and whatever you do, be in love. I think that means, I know he was, mystic, and a lot of his writings are religious, but I think it also means like love yourself and love your life and love what you're doing. Have like a positive, outlook on life. When will you begin that long journey into yourself? That one is also by Rumi. Okay, this next one is also by an unknown source. Confidence is not, they will like me. Confidence is, I'll be fine if they don't. I love that one. The universe is wider than our view of it. Henry David Thoreau. Never regret anything because at one time it was exactly what you wanted. I think that's a powerful one because oftentimes regret holds us back. It keeps us stuck. It doesn't really serve us. We just regret and regret and regret. So if you feel yourself regretting decisions in your life or where you've come to, just know that at some point, perhaps it's what you wanted. It's what you thought was best or what you thought was in your cards. So let go of regret and just move forward. Keep moving every day. The earth would die if the sun stopped kissing her. Hafiz. I think that's a beautiful quote about nature and the symbiotic nature of things. Everything is connected. The earth needs the sun to survive. Oh, this is a good one. You could rattle the stars. You could do anything if only you dared. And deep down, you know it too. That's what scares you most. Sarah J. Maas. Apologies if I mispronounce it. And this is from Throne of Glass. Never apologize for burning too brightly or collapsing into yourself every night. That is how galaxies are made. Tyler Kent White. That's a really good one. That's beautiful. I love quotes related to space as it is, so that's really super cool. I'm just trying to weed through some of them for some positive ones. Okay. He who lives on depriving another of light drowns in the darkness of his own shadow. Mahmoud Darwish. This next one is a Kenyan proverb, a proverb from Kenya. When a man is stung by a bee, he does not destroy all beehives. I like that one. This next one is by Paulo Coelho again. A mistake repeated more than once is a decision. This next one is by Euripides. Cleverness is not wisdom. Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. The Dalai Lama. I see a way in the darkness. I am a lantern. This is a quote in Farsi, or Persian, the language Persian, and it's by Sohrab Sepehri. Sorry if I mispronounced that. This is from a sci-fi show that I love from the early 2000s called Firefly. I actually have two quotes that I love from it. One is by Hoban Washburn, and it says, "I am a leaf on the wind." This next one is by Captain Malcolm Reynolds. May have been the losing side, still not convinced it was the wrong one. It's about being on the losing side of a war, but knowing that you're on the right side. No fact is so simple that it is not harder to believe than to doubt at the first presentation. Lucretius, and it's from On the Nature of Things. This one makes me laugh a little bit. Romantically, you could say that we are all made of stardust, but the truth is also that we're all just nuclear waste, because the idea is, we're made of the same stuff that the stars are. This is by Professor Jim Al-Khalili. The best way out is always through. Robert Frost. This is another one from the TV show Firefly, the sci-fi show. This one is it's very simple, but it's very beautiful. When you can't run, you crawl. And when you can't crawl, you find someone to carry you. This next one is by Susie Kassam. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever could. My wish for you is that you continue to be who and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. And that is by Maya Angelou. Now she shines like the rose-fingered moon, rising after sundown, erasing all stars around her, and pouring light equally across the salt sea, and over densely flowered fields, lucent under dew. This is by Sappho. It's an excerpt from To Athis, and it's translated by Willis Barstone. This next one I think is really, really important, so I will go ahead and show it to you. Your mental and physical health comes before anything. Exams can be redone. Life cannot. Well, I think that's a good place for us to stop today. What do you think? I'm glad. Do you feel any better at all? It was a good distraction. I'm so happy to hear that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll be here to read you more quotes, certainly, whenever you wish.